Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the troublesome reign of King John, and we get to hear from King John to kick off Act 2, Scene 2 today. In Act 2, Scene 1, we actually saw Arthur die. He had survived the king's writ saying that Hubert should kill him, but Hubert decided that he couldn't do that. But Arthur wanted to free himself from prison, so he threw himself off the wall to try to escape, but ended up breaking all of his bones and dying. At which point the nobles find him, and they think that he's just sort of been discarded without a burial, and they're all upset about that. And they accuse Hubert, and Hubert's like, no, I swear I didn't do anything. But the nobles, Pembroke and Salisbury and Essex, are still so angry that they're like, we need to go and get Louis the Dauphin and hook up with him, support him, back him, whatever, against King John, because enough is enough. So Act 2, Scene 2, we are at court, we are in the castle, and King John comes in with Peter the prophet, who, remember, prophesied that King John would lose his crown by Ascension Day. He comes in with Peter and a bunch of other nobles, and King John says, "Disturbed thoughts, foredoomers of mine ill, distracted passions, signs of growing harms, strange prophecies of imminent mishaps, confound my wits and dull my senses so, that every object these mine eyes behold seem instruments to bring me to my end. Ascension Day is come, John. Fear not then the prodigies this prattling prophet threats. 'Tis come indeed. Were it fully past, then were I careless of 1,000 fears. The dial tells me it is 12 at noon. Were 12 at midnight past, then might I vaunt false seers' prophecies of no import. Could I as well, with this right hand of mine, remove the sun from our meridian unto the moonstead circle of the antipodes, as turn this steel from 12 to 12 again, then, John, the date of fatal prophecies should, with the prophet's life together, end. But multa cadunt inter calicium supremaque labra. Peter, unsay thy foolish doting dream, and by the crown of England here I swear to make thee great, and greatest of thy kin." So this is John kind of freaking out a little bit about the prophecy that he is going to lose his crown by Ascension Day. He starts out by saying that he's so distracted by this prophecy that he thinks that everything around him is out to get him. He's like, today is Ascension Day and it's only noon now, and I really wish that today was just over. Like, if I could, I would pluck the sun out of the sky and I would turn the dial so that now it's midnight instead of noon, and today would be over, and then I don't have to worry about any of it. And if I make it to midnight and none of the prophecies come true, then bye-bye, Peter, you're gone as well. But he's like, I can't. That's not really how things work. So he switches to bargaining and he says, "Hey, Peter, take back your false prophecies and I'll give you anything that you want. I will make you great. I will elevate your family," all of that. And Peter's like, sort of, thanks for the offer, but the day's only half over, and I can tell you the only thing that I know is that by Ascension Day, you're not going to be king anymore. And John is like, well, I don't even know what's going to come and get me, because my people are happy, and the only ones sort of annoyed with me are the nobles over Arthur's death, but Arthur's still alive, so like no problem there. So I don't even know what could be coming after me today. And then Hubert comes in and tells King John that Arthur fell off the wall and died. And King John is like, he's dead? Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, okay, I guess that means we have to kill the prophet. So Hubert and Peter leave so that Hubert can take the prophet Peter to be killed. And then the bastard comes in with news that, yes, the prophet has been hung. And King John is like, okay, but tell me, how's it going with all the church stuff, with getting all the money from the church stuff? And the bastard's like, well, they're getting a little upset and they're maybe talking about some sort of rebellion or whatever, but that's not your biggest problem right now. There's a far bigger problem that you need to worry about. And John is like, what could be a bigger problem than that? Like, what else is coming? I'm supposed to lose my crown today. They're upset with me. Like, what else could there possibly be? And the bastard is going to tell us in a monologue tomorrow. So I will see you then. Mwah.